Hey guys, Otaku Mike here, back again with another video for you guys today. And today I want to talk about Predator versus Wolverine, a 4-issue miniseries written by Benjamin Percy, art by Ken Lashley, and various other Marvel artists. So let's get into this. Let's talk about Predator versus Wolverine. So, Predator versus Wolverine is a very interesting story. I feel like how they set this up and how they basically executed this particular story. I was very surprised by it. It is a 4-issue miniseries, so we have issue 1, issue 2, issue 3, and issue 4. And what each issue does is it starts and ends with this particular fight that Wolverine is having with a predator. And this predator has basically fought Wolverine in Wolverine's lifespan in different parts of Wolverine's life in the Marvel Comics history that Wolverine has lived in, I guess, publication history, I guess you could say. And so the story starts out with Wolverine, like I said, fighting this predator, and we end up seeing the first meeting between the Predator and Wolverine in issue 1, which takes place mostly in Alaska during around when Wolverine Origins happens. Then we get to issue 2, which happens around when Wolverine is in the X-Team era with like Sabretooth and Maverick and stuff like that. Then we go into the Weapon X program, which is a really interesting story, I have to say. And then we bookend it with Wolverine in kind of like the Chris Claremont era in like the 80s and stuff like that. Before they go to Australia, basically. And without spoiling too much, I found this to be a very interesting way to set up a fight between a Predator and Wolverine. Because we all know Wolverine can heal his wounds. And when I first was going to read this, I thought it was going to be a lot like the original Predator movie, where we have one fight between Wolverine and a Predator. There are multiple Predators in this book at one point. But mostly the fighting is done between this one particular Predator and Wolverine. And we get to see throughout the series, the miniseries, how Wolverine adapts to the Predator. At one point, Wolverine gets his mind erased. He ends up forgetting about the Predator at one point because he got his mind erased. I thought it was really interesting how they handled the Weapon X stuff. Because I feel like with Wolverine having such a complicated history, his history is so complicated and almost convoluted sometimes, seems like. But these fights between Wolverine and the Predator, you can basically fit them in to the different points, and it could almost be like canon events, almost, to say the least. Now I know like nobody else mentions that they almost fought a Predator, and stuff like that. But the way they crafted this story, it very much feels like it could fit into said universe. Like smoothly it could fit into the universe. Or you can say this is a non-canon, one-off what-if story. Whatever way your headcanon works, that's okay, But it is actually a really well-done, well-crafted story. The story is packed with action and really doesn't pull any punches. And we do get some really awesome artwork. So here is like the present-day artwork, and it is actually a pretty violent book. And then we move into like more of like the different eras of Wolverine's life, and each one is done by a different artist. Here's like part of the Alaska. Here's when look, you can see a predator and he tries to fight a killer whale. He's fighting like a cougar and a ram and stuff like that. At one point, he even fights a bear. And that's one thing I do actually like about this miniseries is that we do get different art depictions of one of the predator, but of Wolverine in his different I guess life incarnations, whatever you want to call it, which is really cool. And I wasn't expecting that. That was honestly a pleasant surprise. This was a fun read. It was a quick read, and I thoroughly enjoyed this miniseries. It is definitely worth your time to check out this miniseries. It's only 4 issues. There's a bunch of fun little variant covers you can pick up if you're going to pick up the single issues, or you can pick it up in trade paperback or probably hardcover or read it digitally. I feel like this is definitely somewhat new reader friendly because you don't really need to know about the Predator race or even Wolverine's history. They give you a nice little snapshot of both of Predator and Wolverine and stuff like that. And I liked a lot of different scenarios that they ended up getting put in, like when Wolverine is in Japan at one point, studying to be a samurai, and the Predator shows up. And when he's in Weapon X, there's a part where the Predator tries to take Wolverine's skull and basically put it on his trophy wall, and he can't take it off Wolverine's head, which is pretty fun and crazy. And how Team X and Sabretooth even ends up fighting the Predators and stuff like that. This was a fun read. Like I said, definitely go check out Predator versus Wolverine. Let me know down below, did you check this out? What your thoughts are of it? If you're going to check it out, if you're on the fence about checking it out, this is definitely worth a read. If you like Wolverine and Predator, I want to see where these crossovers go next. If they're just as good as this one, I would be happy with that. I know there's going to be an Avengers versus Aliens, and I think there's going to be a Aliens versus, it's either Aliens or Predator versus Black Panther. I can't remember. But go check this out. Let me know down in the comments what y'all think of this series. Peace out. Stay safe. Go read some comics. Go read some manga. Do whatever. Thanks. I'm Otaku Mike. Peace out.